The WNBA continues to brag about physical play. All the while, they have players in this league that is going to get people hurt. Last night, Skylar Diggins came very close to being really hurt. There's a difference between physical play and being downright dirty as hell. And let's be honest, there is precedent for DiJonai Carrington.
DiJonai Carrington leads the WNBA in exactly one category this season, and it's not points, assists, or rebounds. She's the undisputed queen of flagrant fouls with 3 already on her record. To put that in perspective, most players go entire seasons without a single flagrant foul. Carrington managed 3 in just a little over a month, including hits on Skylar Diggins and Jessica Shepard that had fans calling her plays trash and dirty.
DiJonai, DiJonai, you're always in a dirty play. DiJonai, DiJonai, once again, here we are today. Oh, DiJonai, DiJonai.
Remember, this is the same player that poked Caitlin Clark in the eye last year, which swung the momentum during the playoffs when the Indiana Fever faced the Connecticut Sun. The numbers don't lie, and neither do the bruises she's left behind, and now she's facing suspension. Let us know in the comments down below if you think Carrington deserves it. Let's go.
And I'm starting to have that feeling when it comes to DiJonai Carrington and dirty basketball, DiJonai Carrington and flagrant fouls. How come every time I'm watching a flagrant foul, you're committing the foul? How come every time I'm watching a dirty play, you in the play? DiJonai.
You know what makes a player truly dangerous? When they hurt their own teammates while trying to injure opponents. That's exactly what happened on May 21st when DiJonai Carrington managed to create chaos that left everyone wondering how one play could go so wrong for so many people. The Dallas Wings were facing the Minnesota Lynx, and everything seemed normal until Carrington decided to make her mark. Jessica Shepard was on a fast break, looking to score an easy basket when Carrington came flying in from behind. What happened next was pure recklessness disguised as defense.
Ball's being pushed down court. Oh. Yeah, I mean, this will be a better angle of it. I think we'll be able to see how hard the foul is right here. That's a hard foul, and she does get her in the face when she's coming down.
Carrington swiped at what she claimed was the ball, but her hand connected directly with Jessica Shepard's face instead. The contact was so violent that Shepard went crashing toward the court, and that's when things got even more ridiculous. Paige Buchers, Carrington's own teammate, had to dive in to break Shepard's fall and ended up getting hurt herself in the process.
Basically reached around Shepard's body, but the fact that she went for the basketball and for the block really...
The basketball play.
Yeah, it is. And she ends up getting Shepard in the face, the nose. I don't know which takes precedent. Oh, see, it's the hit the ball and then it's the pull back. They're showing it on the Jumbotron at a different angle that sort of looked like, watch after Carrington goes for the block, watch her pull back right here. And that's the part that I don't know if you separate that.
Let's be real about what we just witnessed. Carrington's so-called defensive play managed to injure an opponent and her own teammate in one motion. Fans on social media immediately called it a trash play from a dirty player and questioned how many more times she'd be allowed to pull stunts like this before facing real consequences. The referees called it a flagrant 1 foul, though many analysts thought it deserved an upgrade to flagrant 2 based on how reckless the swipe actually was. Video footage showed Carrington coming from behind with zero chance of actually getting the ball cleanly, yet she still chose to make that dangerous contact.
Was it a flagrant 1? Yes. Could it have been called a flagrant 2? Yes. Was it more dangerous to Paige Buchers than anyone else? Because Paige Buchers was the one who was the person who had to break Jessica Shepard's fall. Could she have blown out her teammate's knee? Yeah. Yeah. Like, that is what, like, realistically, that is what the conversation should be about. Because she wanted the Kiki Iriafen viral meme. Because as soon as she did it, look at what she does as soon as she did it. As soon as she did, she walks towards Jessica Shepard and just tries to do a Kiki Iriafen face.
Jason Whitlock didn't hold back after watching the play, tweeting that DiJonai Carrington is going to seriously injure a player in the WNBA. His warning proved prophetic when you consider that she managed to hurt 2 players with one reckless move. The aftermath raised serious questions about Carrington's approach to basketball. Was this just bad luck, Or does her playing style create these dangerous situations? The evidence was mounting that this wasn't an isolated incident, but part of a troubling pattern.
Like, I'm sorry, you don't get to plow through somebody's back, almost injure a teammate, and then say, yeah. And then, like, claim that you've done nothing. You've done nothing. Like, and people are like, stand on business. She's like trying to laugh at it. I'm like, no, you're just Pat Bev. You're not Draymond, you're Pat Bev. Like, realistically, you're Pat Bev. That's it. And like, look, I mean this when I say this. It was a dangerous play only for Paige.
Fans across social media platforms labeled this the most ridiculous flagrant foul of the season, and rightfully so. When your defensive technique puts your own teammates in danger, you've crossed a line that goes beyond competitive basketball. This incident proved that Carrington's reckless style threatens everyone on the court, regardless of which jersey they're wearing. But this wasn't her only controversy from the 2025 season, and it's barely even a month since the season began. How does one player manage to create two separate dangerous situations in a single game? DiJonai Carrington answered that question on June 4th during the Dallas Wings matchup against the Seattle Storm, turning what should have been competitive basketball into a showcase of reckless plays that had fans demanding her immediate suspension.
Let's watch it, and this will give us a couple of different angles.
Stretches of games. There's your tip. Diggins, who's still fast, gets down the floor, buries it, draws the foul, but is shaken up.
The fourth quarter was winding down with under 4 minutes left on the clock. The Wings were trailing, and tensions were running high when Skylar Diggins broke free for what looked like an easy fast break layup. That's when Carrington decided to make her presence known in the worst possible way.
There was a little wind up there, and there was some follow through. This will probably get upgraded. Now, Carrington was trying to make a play on the ball, but by rule, the wind up and follow through are trigger signals for the officials that this will likely get upgraded.
Absolutely dirty, reckless abandon.
Carrington chased Diggins down from behind and delivered a hard hit directly to Diggins' head as she went up for the shot. The contact sent Diggins crashing to the ground in a heap, and the referees immediately called a flagrant 1 foul. Video replay showed just how unnecessary the contact was. Carrington had zero chance of making a clean play on the ball, yet she chose to target Diggins' head anyway.
And there's Skylar on the floor. At first glance, this might not look too bad, but when we get some different angles of it, you just see how this is clearly, definitely, 100% not a basketball play. Let's take a look.
Up and follow through are
we got DiJonai
signals for the officials that this will likely get upgraded.
DiJonai, did you forget what sport you're playing? You know this is basketball, right?
Fan reactions were swift and brutal. One viewer perfectly captured the sentiment by calling it a trash play from a dirty player who doesn't belong on the court. Another fan pointed out the obvious pattern, stating, "She's been called for 2 flagrant fouls for this exact play already this season. Horrifically dirty player." The criticism kept pouring in, with fans labeling her actions as thug play that crossed every line of acceptable basketball.
You don't come charging in from behind like that and throw up both hands and slam both hands back down like that if you're not intentionally trying to, in my opinion, do something. Yeah, is she trying to disrupt the play? Sure. Is she being dirty to do it? Yeah. In my opinion, yes. So it was upgraded right here to a flagrant 1. And, of course, DiJonai cannot not show her ass on the sideline in some ridiculous virtue signal.
The foul's been upgraded to a flagrant 1.
It got updated to a flagrant, and she's over here meditating, knowing damn good and well everybody's looking at her. She's wanting that attention. There it is right there. I mean, good God. I mean, there's at some point you just got to believe that certain players' antics are somewhat just premeditated.
But that wasn't even the only dangerous play that night. Earlier in the game, Gabby Williams went up for a jump shot when Carrington's foot came right under Williams during her shooting motion. Anyone who understands basketball knows how this type of contact can cause serious ankle and knee injuries. Williams' rolled her ankle had to be evaluated. Commentators didn't hold back their criticism either. One broadcaster simply stated, "This is reckless," while watching the replay, and comparisons to notorious players like Draymond Green or Dillon Brooks started flowing on social media. This game became the tipping point where casual observers and die-hard fans alike started asking the same question: how many more times is she going to be allowed to do this? The Seattle Storm game proved that Carrington's dangerous style wasn't improving or evolving. The foundation for this pattern of behavior traces back to a much more high-profile incident that first put Carrington on everyone's radar.
DiJonai Carrington is clearly a dirty player. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if Chin, what do you have going on in that mind of yours? Are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? Are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? Are you okay? Yes, DiJonai. Get it together, collect your thoughts, collect your emotions, because the last thing we need to see you is crash out.
Before DiJonai Carrington became known for hurting her own teammates and collecting flagrant fouls like trading cards, there was one moment that put her on everyone's radar. The 2024 WNBA playoffs brought us the incident that would define her reputation forever, and it happened at the worst possible time for the Indiana Fever and their player sensation, Caitlin Clark. Game 1 of the first round between the Indiana Fever and Connecticut Sun was supposed to be Caitlin Clark's playoff debut. The anticipation was massive. Fans packed the arena to watch the rookie who had transformed women's basketball take her talents to the postseason stage. What they got instead was a masterclass in dirty basketball from DiJonai Carrington.
As everyone else has seen this angle, I'm calling her in and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
The play happened early in the game when Clark was looking to make a pass. Carrington was defending her closely, which is normal playoff basketball. But instead of playing clean defense, Carrington's hand came up and made direct contact with Clark's face. The result was immediate and visible. Clark went down holding her face, and when she got back up, everyone could see the damage.
When you went and kind of swatted at Caitlin, did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
Caitlin Clark had a black eye. Not a small bruise or a minor mark, but a full black eye that would last for days. The rookie who had carried women's basketball to new heights was now sporting facial damage courtesy of Carrington's reckless play. This wasn't just any regular season game where you shake it off and move on. This was the playoffs, where every possession matters and momentum swings can decide entire series. Clark tried to continue playing, showing the toughness that made her a superstar, but you could tell the hit affected her performance and confidence.
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am.
The Connecticut Sun went on to win that series, and many fans wondered how different things might have been if Clark hadn't spent the playoffs dealing with the aftermath of Carrington's dirty play. The Fever's championship hopes took a major hit along with their star player's face. This incident became the foundation of Carrington's reputation as the league's dirtiest player. The black eye on Caitlin Clark's face told the whole story about what kind of player Carrington really was, and it set the stage for everything that would follow. But targeting opponents wasn't the only way Carrington managed to create problems for herself and others around her.
So yeah.
Did you and Marina kind of laugh about it afterwards? It looked like there was later on in the game they caught you guys laughing about it.
No, I just told you I didn't even know I hit her, so I can't laugh about something I didn't know happened.
What happens when a player becomes so problematic that referees need security protection just to have a conversation? DiJonai Carrington answered that question after the Dallas Wings lost to the Chicago Sky on May 30th, creating a post-game scene that perfectly captured her toxic approach to basketball. The Chicago Sky had just secured their first win of the season, and emotions were running high in the arena. Players typically exchange brief words with officials after games, discussing calls or seeking clarification on certain plays. These conversations happen regularly without incident, but Carrington managed to turn a routine interaction into something that required security intervention.
WNBA player who tried to rip Caitlin Clark's eye out. Zach Dean over at Outkick, hilarious. They tried to rip Caitlin Clark's eye out, has security called on her by ref. That's right. The referee had to call security on DiJonai Carrington. I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, hell, who wants to catch a stray eye gouge, a scoopage of the eyeball out, watching your eyeball roll across the floor because somebody's mad at one of your calls?
Roy Golbian was the crew chief that night, and after the final buzzer, Carrington approached him to discuss what she felt were questionable calls during the game. What exactly did she say that made an experienced referee feel the need for backup? The specifics remain unclear, but Golbian's reaction told the whole story. The situation escalated so quickly that Golbian motioned for security to step in. He literally called for a security guard to position himself between Carrington and the officiating crew. Think about that for a moment. A referee who deals with heated players every single game felt the need for physical protection during a conversation with DiJonai Carrington.
Check this out right here. Yeah, you see this guy right here? Right in this Gentero area? You see this guy? The ref asked this dude to step out here. All right? Now, Cheryl Swoops wants this referee fired. She wants him fired. Look, he felt something. He felt something was amiss. Of course, Cheryl Swoops is defending DiJonai Carrington.
Fan footage captured the moment security intervened, showing Carrington continuing her discussion while a guard stood between her and Golbian. This wasn't just unusual, it was unprecedented. Most players manage to express their frustrations without creating situations that require security intervention. Carrington's response on social media made everything worse. She called the referee's action a microaggression and posted, "Security, when I'm literally having a civil conversation, is insane. Mind you, he called the security over there." Her tone-deaf response showed zero self-awareness about why her behavior might have prompted such a reaction. Fan reactions criticized both Carrington's behavior and her inability to take responsibility. Many pointed out that if you're making referees call security, you're probably the problem. The incident highlighted her pattern of creating unnecessary confrontations wherever she goes. This referee incident became the final piece of evidence proving that Carrington's issues extend far beyond dirty plays on the court. Her behavior affects everyone around her, from opponents to teammates to officials trying to do their jobs. The WNBA now faces a decision about whether to allow this pattern to continue unchecked.
DiJonai Carrington, we are not even 10 games into the season. There are more times than not of DiJonai playing dirty, get a flagrant foul. Oh my goodness, DiJonai, what's wrong with you, man? Is this what your coaches condone? Is this what your coaches, like, Christy 2.0, whatever we want to call this coach? I mean, are we condoning this?
The evidence is clear. DiJonai Carrington has earned her suspension through a season of dangerous plays that put everyone at risk. 3 flagrant fouls in 1 month isn't aggressive defense. It's reckless behavior that threatens player safety across the league. Support players like Caitlin Clark, Lexi Hull, and the entire Indiana Fever roster who compete with skill instead of dirty tactics. The WNBA deserves better than cheap shots and confrontations with referees. Clean basketball wins championships, not eye pokes and flagrant fouls. Let us know in the comments down below if you think Carrington deserves it. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.